called Kiva U. So Kiva U is an education outreach program, and that means I work with students mostly in the United States and Canada, but we worked with a couple of classrooms in Britain, in the United Kingdom, and actually even one classroom in Japan, where I'm friends with the teacher, and so I've been working with her students in Japan. And all of these students at all of these different schools are people just like you. Some of them are much younger, so I work with kindergartners, and some of them are much older, so I work with university students who are people who are like 19, 20, 21 years old. But basically, all of them are just interested in learning more about the world and learning more about how they can make the world a better place and help to end poverty. So that's kind of my job. It's an awesome job because it means I get to work with people who are really passionate about making things a better place for us all to live. I have not been working at Kiva very long. I just started in January. But I was a Kiva lender, like you guys, for many years. So I first met Kiva back in like 2007, I think, is when I made my first Kiva loan. And I supported a lot of borrowers over the years, and I have a lot of fun using my borrowers. So what I'd love to hear from you guys is, can you tell me a little bit about what you have done with Kiva? Can maybe one or two of you tell me what you've been doing?
Okay, hold on.
So the hand that I see straight in front of you with blonde hair and bangs.
Tell her your name.
Olivia.
Can you hear her? Sharon,
Yeah.
can you hear her? Okay, good. Tell her a little bit about what we did in order to raise some funds.
We were with a program called Silver Graphics that when you draw a picture and you send it in, it comes in, you can order things like aprons, pillowcases, and iPhone cases.
So you drew a picture about what?
We drew pictures about helping actually Africa, but we also donated to
Okay.
And your topic was what on your drawing? What was it all about? What kind of responsibility?
donating.
Social
responsibility.
Yes. So the kids have been learning, they've been learning about how their individual actions can truly change people in other parts of the world.
That's awesome. Do you guys have those pictures? Is that something that after we finish this call you can share with me?
Sure. I can even show you a few. One of the girls are grabbing some. No, go ahead. Keep going, Liz. So tell her a little bit more. What else did we do? How much money did we raise?
We raised the whole grade altogether. We raised $1,400. And
That is so impressive, guys. I'm really proud of you. And that's a really creative solution. I don't know if I have heard that before. We've had schools that do bake sales and schools that have done door-to-door activities, but this is really fun that you were able to find a product that really related to the work that you were doing. I love that. Awesome. Cool. And then can somebody else tell me, I know that you guys just chose your loans recently. How did you choose which borrowers you wanted to support? Who wants to tell me about a choice that you made?
Hands up.
I saw a hand kind of over on the side in the gray shirt. I can't see your face though. I can only see your hand. Can you scoot over so I can see your face?
Introduce yourself.
Yeah, now I can see your face.
Hi.
Yes, sir.
I'm Richard.
Hi. What's your name?
Richard.
Richard. How did you choose your loans?
Well, we try to stick with like female entrepreneurs, and we sort of like read their descriptions and to see like what they needed. Like there was one of them that needed, I think it was fertilizer. Yeah, there was one that needed fertilizer in India, and we kind of read the description.
Shows by that, I guess, right?
Yeah,
So
the
the kids really got to choose what part of the world, what continent they might have been. A lot of them come from different, they have homelands in all different parts. Malden is very diverse, so lots of them went back to their homelands to really choose. So that was excellent. And we loaned to people that needed what? Give me something. Fertilizer, what else? Makeup.
Shoes.
Noodles and shoes. What else? Running water was a big one, right? And piglets.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter. Hold on.
That's awesome. So what I'm hearing from you is that you had a lot of different kinds of sectors. Because like whoever got noodles was running probably a food business, but whoever got piglets was doing agriculture, whoever got shoes and makeup, those were going to do retail businesses. So it sounds like not only did you enter lots of different parts of the world, but also lots of different kinds of business sectors, which is awesome, because in order for a country to have a really thriving economy, You have to have all of these different things. You can't have a good economy if you only have retail businesses, but you don't have any food or transportation or anything like that, you know? It's important to have that balance. So I love that you guys chose all of these different kinds of loans. Great. Okay, well, cool. Do you have questions for me?
I have questions, guys. This is Sabrina. I'm going to turn a little bit.
All right, Sabrina, what's your question?
Do you have a Kiva headquarters?
Yeah, we do. Kiva headquarters is located in San Francisco. And I know I talked to a couple of students maybe an hour or so ago. I don't know whether any of you were in that group, but they said, can you send pictures? One of the things I'll do after this call, not immediately, but maybe like later today, is I'll send your teacher some pictures of the Kiva headquarters. It's a really awesome space. There's about 100 of us, maybe a little more, who work there. And it's kind of a big open room where we all just have desks all in the same huge room. But we also have an office that is in Nairobi. You guys know where Nairobi is? It's in Kenya, in Africa. And I think we have about 25 people who work in the office in Nairobi in Kenya. And we're talking about opening an office in Lima, in Peru. And that's one of those ideas that we really want to make happen, but we're not really sure. It could be many years from now that we are able to open the office in Lima. But the goal is kind of to be able to have headquarters in places where we make a lot of loans so that we can reach our borrowers more easily. Right now we're in San Francisco.
Next question. This is Arlisha. Hold this way a little bit.
Arlisha, what is your question?
Have you ever traveled somewhere?
Have you been down maybe in the field or anything?
So I haven't, because remember I said I've only been working at Kiva for 6 months. But I'll tell you two different things. The first is that all Kiva employees get to travel in the field. So some Kiva employees, that's their whole job. We have a few people who their whole job is traveling around to different field partners. But even if your job is being a lawyer or being a software engineer or things like that, everybody gets to travel and visit one of our partners every 2 years. And so every 2 years you work at the company, you get to go out and visit borrowers. So I have a lot of friends at Kiva who have gone to all of these different places. Now what I did do, and this had nothing to do with working at Kiva, it was just I was taking a vacation, is I went to Belize. Belize is a country in South America, or Central America, it's just south of Mexico. And I went on a tour of a chocolate farm. I was really interested in how people brew chocolate. And I didn't know this at the time, but what I learned is the chocolate farm I went to, the people who work at that chocolate farm are Kiva borrowers. So they work with one of Kiva's partners in Belize called Maya Mountain Cacao. They're Mayan Indians. And they had taken loans from Kiva. So even though I had no idea when I was there, I came back and I learned, oh, I just visited Kiva borrowers. That was really cool.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Another question?
Yep, I see so many hands. I'll let your teacher call them.
What are your name?
I'm Julian, and I was wondering if Kiva has impacted your life in any way.
So many. You know what? More as a lender than as a staff member. As a lender, I joined a lot of lending teams. Do you guys know about lending teams? No?
Well, yeah. Well, we keep calling ourselves a team, but I've told them about the Obama team, and so we've kind of scrolled through the website a little bit and looked up some teams. Would you could tell us a little bit about that? That would be great.
First, I encourage you to join a team. You can create a team for your school, and I'll email your teacher after this. It's really important. You can join a team for your school, or you can join a team that's just like for schools in general. But some teams on Kiva are really, really active. And so for what it's been an opportunity for me to meet other lenders. So you can join a team for the place where you live, whether it's your country or your state or whatever. You can join a team of people who support the same like sport that you support. There's teams for different religions, so like you can join a team for the Kiva Jews, or the Kiva Christians, or the Kiva Hindus, or whatever your religion is, there's probably a team. Or you can join teams for different, like the university that you like to go to or you like to cheer for or something. So that's a really great, you've asked about how Kiva has impacted my life. I would say I have so many friends from really all over the world who I talk to online, but what brought us together was that we love Kiva. And these are people who are really passionate about helping to end poverty, and they're people I learn a lot from, even though that's what I do in my day job. These are people who have a lot of friends doing different experiences from me. So that's great. I think the best thing about working at Kiva is just that the staff is so incredible. Every single person who is there because they want to help make the world a better place. And so it's a place that makes you want to get up and go to work in the morning, because you know that everybody you see is going to be such really caring, devoted person. I think that's my best answer for it.
That's excellent. Another question? How about Hakeem? I'll turn a little bit. This is Hakeem. Go ahead.
Okay?
How many loans have you made so far?
How many loans have you made?
How many loans have I made? Oh my gosh, I've made a lot, but remember that I've been lending for years and years. So I think I've made about 1,000 loans. But I want to make sure you understand, it's not because I put in enough money to make 1,000 loans, right? You know how when you lend money, it comes back to you. So a lot of times that same $25 that I put in back in 2007, I lent it out and it came back to me, and I lent it out again and it came back to me, and I lent it out again and it came back to me. So the longer that you keep your Kiva account open, the more people that you can help, the more loans you can make.
Who can tell Sharon how many loans we made just yesterday? Lauren, how many? No, the total of 6, right? We made 56 loans yesterday, which was pretty cool.
That's kind of incredible, y'all. That is kind of incredible.
The other thing we did was we tweeted out to Kiva about the kids, and they actually retweeted and favored ours, so that was kind of fun. Good recognition.
Nice, yeah, absolutely.
How about other questions about, we were talking about money, about how, Sabrina, can you guys slide over so Sabrina can be seen? Can you see Sabrina back there?
Hi, Sabrina,
Slide
yeah.
over there.
Like when people lend money to like other people on Kiva, how long does it take to get there?
To get the money there? That's a really good question. So a loan, when it's posted to Kiva, it gets 30 days on the website. And so the loan needs to fund kind of in that 30 days. But most of the loans on Kiva are what we call pre-dispersed. So dispersed just means give something out, right? So if it's pre-dispersed, that means the partner actually gave the money to the borrower before you ever made your loan. So let's pretend, okay, so Sabrina, let's pretend that you're a farmer and you need a loan to buy seeds for the next season. So you would go to your financial partner and you would say, hey, I need a loan of $500 so I can buy seeds. Your partner would go ahead and give you that $500 right away. They take your picture, they write up a description about you and post it on Kiva. And then all of these other people would come in, they'd lend $25 at a time. When all of that $500 has been collected, that'll get sent back to the partner, and it kind of backfills that loan. So even though you've already gone out and you've bought your seeds, the partner kind of went into debt on your behalf. And then the lenders backfill that loan. And once it's backfilled, as you pay back the partner pays you back. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a little complicated how it works, but it's kind of better. There are some loans that are post-dispersed. So post means after. If a loan is post-dispersed, that means the partner has to wait until Kiva collects all the money. And if they don't collect enough money, then that borrower might not get their loan. So we actually think that pre-dispersal is a better way to help our borrowers.
Sharon, I actually have a question.
Yeah.
My question to you is, how do I defend my position with my kids about loaning through Kiva when we look at interest rates? I always have other teachers or adults that come back and say, isn't there a better way? And I know I've researched the Kiva U, and I'm hoping to kind of go that direction next year, but currently I know the interest rates are a little high. How do I defend?
Yeah, so that is an outstanding question, and something to think about a lot. So do you guys understand how interest works, like how the math of that works?
Yeah, a teeny bit. We chatted about it, but it's not a math class. And again, it's 6th grade,
And so
11th.
here's kind of the idea, right? If my job is to lend you money, I have to get paid somehow, right? I can't just sit in a room and lend you money all day and not have an income, because then my family will be hungry.